All right, Joe, the top 5 most anticipated movies of 2024. Sorry to keep you guys in anticipation running late, but Joe, give me that countdown.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Get over here! Hi, I'm martial art master Daniel Casino. You know me as the original Johnny Cage, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Reptile, and Smoke. You are tuning in to NerdCage Live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Don't miss an episode or you'll get caged. So let's finish him.
This is Anthony Marquez, better known as Kung Lao for Mortal Kombat. Make sure to like and subscribe to NerdCage Live. Be there. Us.
Hey everybody, this is Dave Niebuhr from Dog Eat Dog, and you're watching NerdCage Live. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel. These are great guys doing what they love to do.
NerdCage Live and gaming are a perfect match.
Shoot the J, Joe. Okay. Shoot it!
All right.
Over on NerdCage Live on Twitch, Jay and Joe go live.
Call me Bazooka Joe.
It's all about you.
Kaboom!
Playing both old school and new school games every Tuesday night. Ooh, what a sight!
Jay, stop looking at her face and run.
But she's so beautiful!
So be sure to follow NerdCage Live on Twitch.
Run for your life, Joe. Run for your life, Joe.
Running.
Run faster! Oh no, Joe! The galaxy's doomed because of you!
To scratch your gaming itch.
Oh, nice kick, Joe.
Thank you.
Yo, that's diabolical. Wait. Yo!
That's twitch.tv/NerdCage Live.
Hi, I'm Leah Montalongo, the OG Sindel. Please like, subscribe to NerdCage Live. Hi, I'm Leah Montalongo.
This is Ernie C. from Body Count. You're tuned in to NerdCage. Can you like and subscribe?
Hey guys, it's the original Shao Kahn, Brian Glenn, and I'd like you to subscribe to NerdCage Live.
It has begun!
If what you say is true, the Shaolin
And the NerdCage
could be dangerous.
Greetings, citizens. You're now trapped in a NerdCage. We hope you have a smashing good time.
One last time, a couple weeks ago, we lost the great Carl Weathers. You will be missed. Rest in power, Apollo. That being said, you're now about to witness the strength of Geek Knowledge. Hello, welcome. That's right. Once again, you are trapped in NerdCage Live Season 5. This channel is a celebration of all things pop culture. So if you're new, please hit that like button and subscribe. Share with everybody you know. I'm your co-host, Jay St. G, certified geek, 7 days a week, coming to you live from yours truly, the land of the orange, the land of Earth Crisis, the land of Anthrax, the land of Tom Cruise, of Syracuse, New York. And always among us, he is back. It's our moderator and trollhammer, stronger than a DK Banana Simon, rocking the brand new NerdCage Live Nintendo 64 shirt. You know him, you love him. It's motherfucking Joe of FallenOne Gaming. What's going on, dude? Please introduce our guests.
Yes, tonight we have Sean Wick of JT is Reborn and Tyler Nichols of Joe Blow Horror Originals. How are you fellas doing?
I was gonna let you go first.
I know. You want to go first? I'm doing great. You know, had a little power fluctuation before the stream started, and I was like, "Oh crap, this is gonna suck. We're gonna miss this." But we're okay for right now. So if I do disappear, it's probably why. So.
Awesome.
But yeah, I'm doing well. I'm glad that glad we get to talk some movies because this looks like it's gonna be a pretty good year for movies. So.
Yes, it is. Before we go any further, Joe, who do we have in the chat tonight?
In the chat tonight, we have Shay Smithers and Doomzilla and Byron Kingsley, the three wise men.
Thanks for being here, guys. All right, real quick, just gonna say real quick, thank you to everybody who attended our show from last week, Joe. Oh my God, what an incredible show that was.
Oh yes, our dude, John Turk is the best, is he not?
Absolutely. I was starstruck. It was a childhood dream come true. Please check out the interview. Now that we talked Mortal Kombat, we talked health and fitness, all that good stuff. It's all available on all podcast platforms as well. And of course, the plan is tomorrow, Joe, on Twitch.
Yes, tomorrow we should be able to finish up, tentatively speaking, our challenge tower of MK9.
And of course, Tuesday, Joe.
Yes, Tuesday we'll be back at it with our X-Men Legends.
And then hopefully next weekend, we've been putting it off, but next weekend.
Yes, a tropical freeze is coming with Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze.
Yes. And of course, Joe, go ahead and plug in social media.
All right, if you want to get us on Twitter or Instagram, both handles are at nerd_cage. Our link to our Discord is in the description. Become a member there as well. And our Facebook discussion group, that is NerdCage Nation. We love everything you guys put up there. No spoilers, no politics, and for God's sakes, keep it civil.
And Joe, you got the cup?
I do.
Show them.
If you guys are coffee drinkers, you may want to pick one of these up. We now have travel mugs, this being the Resident Evil version.
Yes, that's the TeePublic for NerdCage Live. Check it out. We got awesome shirts like the PlayStation shirt. For you, Joe's favorite game in the world, we got Zelda shirts. And in celebration of Carl Weathers, get the Rocky 3 and we got Rocky 4 shirt. For you Godzilla fans, don't tell the RZA. For you MCU fans, we may or may not be talking a little MCU today. Our top selling shirt with the Strength of Geek Knowledge on the back. Hell, if you love Barbie, we got it in pink. Any size, any color. The one-handed shirt. And of course, in the celebration of John Turk, we got some Mortal Kombat designs. So be sure to get yourself a NerdCage Live t-shirt or a hoodie or a goddamn pillow or a mug, stickers, tapestries, all that good shit. We go from small all the way to 5XL. So whether if you're a skinny booty call or a fat fuck, big or small, we love them all. Get yourself a NerdCage Live t-shirt. You're going to love the way you look. I guarantee it. All right. Enough of that.
Waifu pillow next, Jay.
Yes.
Oh, God. I ain't going to take it that far. But yo. Here's what we're going to do. We have 6 movies to go over. This is the top 5, but we have an honorable mention. But before we get to all that, our guests, we're going to let them promote whatever they got to promote. And we'll go from there. So we'll start with Mr. Sean Wick, man. The floor is yours.
Okay, cool. Well, I mean, not too much to promote at this exact moment in time. I got some stuff coming up. Tomorrow I plan on doing a live stream discussion on the new Godzilla Kong, the New Empire trailer. So maybe I'll have somebody on it. Time will tell, kind of going back and forth to see if that'll happen. So got that, a few comic book things, next written review, hopefully will be up by next weekend. That's returning to the DC animated movie universe with Batman Bad Blood. So that's what's next on the channel. And maybe Madam Web.
And just for everybody, the links will be in the description. I haven't put them in there yet, but the links will be in the description. So be sure to sub all these fine gentlemen up. And of course, Tyler from Joe Blow, you have a brand new podcast.
Yes, I do. Myself and the other half of Joe Blow Horror, Lance Valchek, started a podcast. It's called Needlessly Nostalgic. We are on all podcast platforms. The plan is currently to go through all of the Friday the 13th films. Tomorrow, part 2 airs, and just as a spoiler, we are actually recording Jason X tomorrow, so we are quite far ahead. So just in terms of giving people some solace in the fact that it will release every single Friday. That's why we wanted to get ahead on it, because we don't want to ever miss a week. So, and then once we're done with Friday the 13th, we are actually going to go through the filmography of John Carpenter, because I love Carpenter, but I've realized I haven't seen a bunch of Carpenter, like Memoirs of an Invisible Man and just some of his other works. So yeah, that's what we've got planned after. And of course, I'm always doing a bunch of stuff for Joe Blow. So keep an eye out for a Todd McFarlane interview that should go up next week, I think, that will be edited by Jay over here. So
yes, fatality, excellent. Yes, all right, so we'll get right into it, guys. So here's how this is gonna work for those who are not familiar with the NerdCage Live ranking and discussion format. So we have 4 lists that we combine together, and of course then after I combine the list, I'm going to go through each movie, but here's the best part. Not even Joe or Sean or Tyler, they know what order this list is in. So you're going to see their genuine reaction as we go through this. So that being said, oh yeah, and by the way, halfway through the show, we're going to reveal all of our upcoming shows for the month of March. We got some exciting announcements to make today, guys. I'm really excited. So that being said, we have one honorable mention, and that honorable mention is slated for release in October. We have Joker 2. So, Sean, your reaction. Joker 2 is the honorable mention. Did not make the top 5, just missed it. Thoughts on Joker 2, and what do you expect? What's your excitement going into it?
You say me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because it sounded kind of muffled for a second. But, Joker 2 or Joker Folie à Deux, whatever they end up calling it, I don't know. I feel like that movie is going to be either so out there and brilliant, or it's either going to swing for the fences and hit, or it's going to miss horrendously. And honestly, I'm excited for kind of both, because if it's a disaster, it could be a funny disaster, or if it's brilliant, then it could be a brilliant, awesome movie. But at least it'll have kind of a unique vibe to it. I mean, Joaquin Phoenix is coming back. I have no idea what this movie is really supposed to be. I mean, we got Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn, which I'm kind of interested to see a bit of a different take on Harley. I know Margot Robbie did a really good job in the role in terms of the live action stuff, but I kind of want to see what another actress brings to the table, because we've had so many actors play Batman and Joker, but we haven't really had anyone play Harley in a live action film outside of just Margot Robbie. So I'm kind of excited to see where that goes. I've heard it potentially has some musical numbers, and some movies with musical numbers could be kind of good. I mean, Barbie had the whole I'm Just Ken thing, and that movie made $5 billion. So, yeah. I mean, Joker 2, I mean, the first movie is the only billion-dollar R-rated movie in history. So I feel like this movie, even if it makes half of that, that's still an enormous success.
Oppenheimer came close.
Oppenheimer came close, but no cigar.
Yes. All right, Tyler, Joker 2 is that our honorable mention. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's going to be fine. I'm not really looking forward to it one way or another. It's kind of like the first film, where it's like I wasn't blown away by it. Most of the stuff that I didn't like about it were the Batman elements. So now that they're adding in Harley Quinn, I'm like, I hope that then I'm not just annoyed at all of the Harley Quinn moments, because of just how much I don't know. I think Todd Phillips has this I'm better than comic books attitude, so I'm not looking forward to it in that regard, but I think it'll be fine. I can't imagine it being a bad movie, and I'm very curious to see what Lady Gaga does, because I thought she was so bad in House of Gucci, so
Disagree.
like I just want to see what she does.
I forgot to ask Sean, but I'm gonna ask you real quick, Tyler. Where did this movie rank on your list, or did it not make your list?
I don't think it was on the list.
You know what? Let me look at my ranking really quickly.
Yeah. I forgot to ask you that.
I had it at number 5 actually, so like it's right almost in line with the honorable mention. Because like there was one movie I had, but then like last minute as I was setting my list to Jay, I'm like, wait a minute, I forgot about this one.
I added the movie to my last minute list as well. All right, Joe, Joker 2. Where'd you have it ranked? What are your thoughts?
Well, it didn't even make my list, but that's mostly because, like, when I was watching the first one, I'm kind of with Tyler on this, is that, you know, the Batman elements kind of fell a little flat for me, and 3 words kept ringing in my head while I was watching it, and that was, why so serious? You know, because it takes itself a little more seriously than I'd like. So I'm used to the whole fun Batman thing, and this was more gritty and edgy and everything, and it wasn't really my cup of tea, to be honest.
All right. Fair enough.
Maybe a little bit, maybe with the sequel.
Okay. All right, I gotta pull up my list real quick because I don't even remember. I have it on my list. I just can't remember. Oh, okay, there we go. So it was my number 4. Okay, listen, I absolutely loved the first movie. I'm glad, like, you know, it won an Oscar. Are we forgetting the fact this is a DC comic book movie that won an Oscar, Best Actor? Yeah, I know, but this is a major. Well, hold on, this is a major category, though. I mean, yes, Heath Ledger did for Best Supporting Actor, but Best Lead Actor, and it was also nominated for Best Picture. That being said, I felt like after walking out of the theater, I'm like, they gotta make another one. So when they finally announced this, and then, oh my God, like, my heart melted when I found out it was Lady Gaga playing Harley Quinn. She's a New York gal from Queens. She's gonna nail it. I disagree with Tyler. She was amazing in House of Gucci. She was amazing in as the Countess in American Horror Story, and of course there's the what's that? A Star is Born, which I think has been done like 4 times. But anyway, I'm very much looking forward to her performance. Rumor has it we're getting a trailer in April. Very excited for this movie, but there are other movies I'm more excited for, and I'm, you know, not surprised this was our honorable mention. And given this is a, you know, nerdy pop culture, et cetera, for our, you know, we talk DC a lot. I'm not surprised this made our honorable mention. So that being said, going on to number 5, and our number 5 coming out Christmas, Sonic the Hedgehog 3. So, Sean, did this movie make your list, and what are your thoughts?
I have it at number 3. 3 for 3, I guess. So yeah, I really like the 2 Sonic the Hedgehog movies they had. They're surprisingly a lot better than I ever thought they would ever be. But then again, like, I mean, I do respect the hell that when that first trailer came out for the movie and everyone thought Sonic was just horribly designed, they took the criticism and they actually improved upon it and went back and fixed Sonic's design. And the movie is really funny. The second movie is also really funny, too. I mean, Jim Carrey, who never does sequels, did the second movie, and he's never done a third movie. So to have him, well, I mean, if you count Batman Forever, which is the third movie in the series, but, like, he's never done, like, played the same role 3 times in a film series. I was kind of hoping he would do that for Ace Ventura 3, but we still have yet to get that. But he's coming back, and he said he was done retiring, and unless they, like, Angels gifted him a script in gold ink, which apparently they must have done to get him to come back. But, I mean, Shadow the Hedgehog's going to be in it. We got the Knuckles series coming out this year. I mean, the Sonic, honestly, I like the Sonic movies more than I did the Mario film, and I still enjoyed the Mario film just fine, but they're funny. The Sonic's likable. Knuckles is likable. Even like the human cast in there is pretty likable too. It's just, they're fun. They're genuinely really enjoyable, good family movies. So
wonderful. All right, Tyler, needlessly nostalgic. We have Sonic the Hedgehog as our number 5. Where'd you have it? What are your thoughts?
I did not have it on my list, mostly just because there's a lot of movies coming out this year, so that was not maybe if we did a top 20, it would have probably gotten on there. But I like the first two. I don't know if it's going to even be a entertaining sequel, but I hope it will be. But it's kind of been diminishing returns. I think the second one wasn't nearly as good as the first one, and I'm hearing that Jim Carrey isn't in this one very much. And he's my favorite part of the movies. So I don't know. I hope it's good. I'm rooting for it, but yeah, I'm not really looking forward to it.
You know who is looking forward to it is Joe from FallenOne Gaming. We have Sonic the Hedgehog 3 at number 5. Your thoughts, my friend?
Yes. Now, this didn't crack my top 5, but luckily I did make a top 10, and it made number 6 on my top 10. I'm excited to see Jim Carrey stunted retirement to do this again, so that'll be awesome. And dude, I'm a Sonic fan through and through, and I'm excited to see what they do with Shadow. So I mean, adding that element to it should be a treat. So I'm all in.
All right. Sonic 3 did make my list, but barely. It's my number 9. Also, shout out, rumor has it, Hayden Christensen is playing the voice of Shadow the Hedgehog. That's a rumor. And the way I look at it is good. He needs something to erase the shit that was Darth Vader. So this is good news for him. This is good for his career, and it's going to be good for his gravestone, saying, here lies Hayden Christensen. He played Shadow. No one will ever talk about Darth Vader. On top of that, I'm also hearing that Aubrey Plaza's in the movie. So, all right, let's go. And again, I'm actually with Tyler where I felt I liked the first more than the second, even though the second one had my favorite character, Knuckles, but I feel like the first was a better movie, but the second one had more game elements. So I really, really hope this third one is good. I like both movies. I hope this is good. Usually the threequel jinx is a thing, so hopefully they can overcome that. I think Shadow's an awesome character. I'm hoping they sneak in more characters. Maybe we'll get Metal Sonic. Maybe we'll get Amy. Who knows? But I'm glad to see Knuckles is back. Idris Elba's back. So as long as I keep my man Knuckles, let's fucking go. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, we will move on to our next one here. And at no surprise, this made our list. At number 4, Dune Part 2. All right. Sean Wick of JT's Reborn, take it away. Where did you have Dune ranked and how you feeling?
Well, I have it ranked at number 10 on my list because, well, I mean, the first one was fine. I didn't quite love it like so many other people did. I didn't get the chance to really see it in theaters. I just kind of watched it day and date. Like when it came out, I was like, oh, I'll watch it at home. I bought the 4K. I haven't rewatched it yet because it, like the first movie, like when it kind of ends, it's like, oh, end of part 1. And it kind of felt a little anticlimactic, I felt, but I feel like the second movie is probably going to be a lot better. I mean, you have Denis Villeneuve, or however he pronounces his last name, coming back to directing. I mean, he's a very talented filmmaker. Obviously, you know, Blade Runner 2049 is one as a sequel. I think was a lot better than the first movie for the most part. So I mean, it's Dune. There's going to be a lot of like good production value and good effects and well acted. It's got Christopher Walken coming in as well, so that's who I'm most looking forward to seeing in this movie. So.
Excellent. All right. Tyler Nichols of Needlessly Nostalgic, we have Dune Part 2 as our number 4. Thoughts and where'd you have it ranked?
So I technically did not rank this on my list just because I didn't really choose much from quarter number 1, just because since Dune's going to be out in like 2 weeks. So I was more looking further ahead, especially because it was already supposed to be out at this point, and I don't know. It's
fair enough.
If it were on my list, it would have been ranked high. I love Dune. It's the first Dune was incredible. The David Lynch one is such weird fun, and I actually even enjoy the book. There's a lot, so I think that is another element too. It's like I already know where the story is going, so that does help with some of my excitement because you get to see certain things like the certain battles in the trailers where you're like, ooh, I know what's going on there. And I'm also very, very excited about Anya Taylor-Joy being in the cast that was like essentially just announced because she showed up to the premiere. I'm not going to say who she's playing, but it's someone I'm very excited about.
Okay,
but yeah, otherwise it's
playing Furiosa. It's the crossover we needed.
All right. I know Joe FallenOne Gaming is excited for Dune. Also, he's a fan of the old school Dune. So, Joe.
Oh, yes.
Where'd you have Dune in your ranking?
I actually had this at number 2. And, dude, I'm so excited to see what else they have to be able to adapt from the David Lynch movie and everything, because it's the only movie I've seen in recent memory that has a runtime that long and can still make me sit there and go, I need more. Come on. So, you know, I want to see certain things. I want to see that weird alien in the tank from the David Lynch one. Dude, they didn't showcase that. They gotta show me that. They gotta show me that in modern CGI just to see what it looks like. I did hear that the little chair monsters they had there, the dog chairs, or what, I don't know what they're actually called, but they took those out apparently. So I don't know why. I don't know what the whole stigma is around that, but it was funny to hear about that. And you know, I just want to see. I want to see more of the story fleshed out, and I want a goddamn Sting cameo, motherfucker. Really?
Hey, maybe we'll get it. All right, this was my number 6. What I'm really excited about, and I'm surprised no one's brought it up yet, I'm excited for that goddamn popcorn bucket. I want to buy 20 of those popcorn buckets. I want Dune popcorn buckets so bad, especially for those lonely nights, all right? I want a Dune goddamn popcorn bucket. Give me the popcorn bucket. Fuck the movie. I'll just go to the movies just to get the popcorn bucket, not go see the movie. They can have my money. Just give me that goddamn popcorn bucket. Please. Please. And hopefully I don't get my arm stuck in it. Anyway, that being said, I'm actually really genuinely excited for part 2. I do hope we get a Sting cameo just because, but part 1 was so fun. It was a little confusing because it took me a minute to get everything, but it took me a couple watches, but it was amazing in IMAX. I will definitely be repeating that and seeing it in IMAX again. I gotta see how it is. I will rewatch part 1 maybe the day before. Very, very excited for this film. Pure science fiction, and as far as I'm concerned, Dune has erased Star Wars from history. So thank you, Dune, for doing that. That
out today, and it's the few people that have seen it. One of the common criticisms is they wish it was an hour longer. Where it's like that's a pretty good sign.
They're actually talking about doing a part 3, and they're also talking about doing some HBO spin-offs too. So
well, the book was in 3 parts, so that makes sense.
Yeah. We'll see. All right, so. Where are we now? Oh, we're halfway through, so we got some announcements to make, guys.
We do.
All right. So we have one more show planned for this month, and then we got a whole slate of shows, some great shows lined up. So, all right. Hold on, let me just pull this up here. As I said earlier, where the hell is it? There it is. Sorry, guys, I'm scrolling. As I said earlier, next week we're going to be doing the same format, but we're going to be doing top 5 most anticipated games of 2024. Shaquille Oatmeal of the Round 1 podcast will be joining us, and hopefully we'll have more to join us. But we starting in March, the first Thursday of March, which is March 7th. And hold on, let me pull up the picture here. All right, Joe. March 7th.
We are going to have Mike from Brick by Brick.
Yes. Brick by Brick is a hardcore band from the Albany area, and Mike Valenti's got plenty of stories of the rock industry and the wrestling industry. And of course, another thing too is Mike also runs Upstate, I think it's called Upstate Hardcore, so he books a lot of shows around the New York City, Albany area. So he's gonna have plenty of music and wrestling stories. All right, very much looking forward to this live stream. You're gonna love this guy. Really cool dude. And then Joe, Thursday, March 14th. Hold on, I'm pulling up the picture, and bam!
Yes, we are going to have Patman QC.
Yes! Happy Little Games! I'm so excited to have the man, the myth, the legend, Patman QC. This man's got 70,000 subscribers. I am so flattered He decided to come on my show. Also, he's a fan of Joe Blow. So, very much excited to have this guy on. I love his videos. Please subscribe to Patman QC. He's a retro gaming channel. He does documentaries, little mini documentaries on old arcade games, and he's got such a soothing voice. I love this man's voice. He's like the Bob Ross of video games. He really is. So look forward to that stream. That will be Thursday, March 14th. It is an honor to have the man, the myth, Patman QC on NerdCage Live. And then Wednesday, not Thursday, Wednesday, March 20th. This has been a long time in the making. He's been on the channel before, but never on the live stream. Joe.
Yes, he has been on our some of our rankings videos, and I'm sure you've seen him pop into the chat from time to time. It is Eli Rax.
Yes, Eli Rax from the New York Revival. He's comes from the sports end of things, but he's a nerd too, and he loves movies. So he's a gamer. So it'll be fun to talk movies and games with the one and only Eli Rax. Please sub up the New York Revival and follow this man on Twitter. He's a Twitter fiend at Eli. I am Eli Rax. Again, he's a fellow Giants fan. I always rock with him. And then finally, Thursday, March 28th, the man, the myth, the legend is back.
Yes, he's back again. The owner of one of the largest arcades in the world, or at least in the U.S. It is Doc Mack of Galloping Ghost Arcade.
Hell fucking yes. It was only a matter of time before Doc Mack was coming back. So we are goddamn excited for the return of Doc Mack. There's so much more to talk about. Also, he's a diehard kaiju fan. So we'll have lots to talk about by the time Doc Mack gets on the on NerdCage. Again, that'll be Thursday, March 28th. So look forward to all these amazing shows. We are booking more shows for April and all that good stuff. Very, very, very exciting times right here on NerdCage Live. So let's friggin' go. That being said, let's get to number 3, guys. At number 3, the stupidest name of all time, Beetlejuice, but I'm goddamn excited for this fucking movie. That being said, Sean, Wick of JT Reborn, we have Beetlejuice as our number 3. Thoughts and where do you have it ranked?
Well, I have it ranked at number 2, and I think the title is really stupid. Why not just call it Beetlejuice Returns? I mean, it would kind of keep with the theme of what Burton's sequels are. Batman Returns, Beetlejuice Returns. We all know it's a sequel. Who's calling it Beetlejuice? Change it. You still have time. Mission Impossible changed their latest movie from Part 1 to just Dead Reckoning. So come on, Burton. Change the title. But I do have it at number 2 because I've actually been, wanting a Beetlejuice sequel for many, many years. I really hope that the movie picks up with him right in that waiting room, his number finally being called. I think that'd be really funny. But like I said, it's Keaton reuniting with Burton as basically kind of the lead. Because, he did Dumbo, but you have Jenna Ortega, who's been, on a bit of a hot streak in terms of movies or actually more TV shows. She did Scream 6, but the Scream franchise, well, less said about 7, the better, with the mess going on behind the scenes with that one. But, she just did Wednesday with Burton and all that, so I'm excited to see what she brings. We're apparently getting Beetlejuice's wife in there, which should be kind of fun. I'm excited for it. I hope this is a back to basics Tim Burton movie, because Tim Burton, my favorite Burton movies are literally his first 5 movies. You have Pee-wee's Big Adventure, you have Beetlejuice, Batman Returns, Edward Scissorhands. He peaked during his first 5 movies, and I love his older films, but his newer stuff has just not hit the mark like his older stuff. I'm really hoping that he's able to capture the magic of that first Beetlejuice with this new movie. So I'm excited for it. Keaton, Michael Keaton is just awesome in everything he does. So him coming back as Beetlejuice, it's a role that he's wanted to play again for many years, and he just did Batman, and now he's back as Beetlejuice. So it's a win-win for me.
Absolutely. All right. Tyler Nichols, Needlessly Nostalgic Podcast. We have Beetlejuice at number 3. How much are you excited? Where'd you have it ranked, man?
I cannot wait for this movie. I've watched Beetlejuice probably 50 times in my life. Absolutely love it. Could not disagree more about the sentiment against the title. I think it is genius. The Beetlejuice. They're pretty much setting up perfectly for a third film. And I love when they're actually clever and it's not just Beetlejuice 2. Like, I don't like when it's just simple. It's just like when Spider-Man 2 back in the day, Raimi Spider-Man 2, it was originally supposed to be The Amazing Spider-Man. So then they were going to set up like the Spectacular Spider-Man. It was just be a different one for each sequel. Or it's like, but then they thought audiences were too stupid to understand that. So they just did the 2. And ever since then, I'm like, I don't like when it's just 2 to 3 or 4. But
it's easy
I'm
to
really
follow.
looking forward to this.
I was just gonna say it's easy to follow the titles.
But and it's also easy to follow when it's Beetlejuice. You know that it's not the first one. Then the fact that Burton is getting away from CGI because Burton does not know how to direct in CGI is the biggest issue, and he hasn't done a good movie in quite a while, so I'm looking forward to some kind of return to form. But also the fact that he hasn't done a good movie in a long time makes me concerned. But it's the same creative team behind Wednesday, so I'm sure it'll be good, if not a little cheesy. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I mean, I just don't like because it's like what did you stutter? I mean, I don't know, whatever. Joe.
It's part of the lore.
I know it is. I don't know. I just don't think it's good for marketing. Joe, Beetlejuice is our number 3. What are your thoughts and where'd you have it ranked?
I had it close. I had it at number 4, and I've been waiting for this for so long that I'm just glad that it's finally going to be a thing. I'm with Tyler on this one. The inherent hate on the title, I don't understand it. I mean, there's a genuine cleverness with it, but I know it's kind of dry, but like Tyler said, it's better than just throwing a number behind it.
I just want to say too, there's not hate towards the title outside of few select people. There's a lot of positive about it.
Beetlejuice Returns would have been perfect and then you could have done Beetlejuice Forever and then Beetlejuice and Robin. Come on, it was right there.
Beetlejuice Back from the Dead. I don't know. They could have. I don't know. I don't.
Beetlejuice Returns because of the Burton sequel thing.
Goes Hawaiian.
Yeah, I really want to see more of the rated R jokes that we saw in the first one. Nice fucking model, that type of shit. I want to see some of that come back, and I think it would be hilarious if they played on some current events, and I know this isn't going to happen, but if they had like a cameo with Alec Baldwin maybe getting arrested in the afterlife, I think that would be kind of funny.
That's messed up.
It's showtime.
That's just my thoughts.
Oh God, you just made me think. I hope they don't do de-age Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis. That would be awful. Please don't.
I don't think they're in the movie though.
As far as I know,
that's what I'm saying.
We don't know.
I don't think they're going to cameo, but it would be funny if they did.
All right, so I actually had this ranked as my number 3. Actually, I'm very goddamn excited. Now, whatever you guys' thoughts are on The Flash, I enjoyed it for what it is, but whatever you felt on the Flash, it was cool seeing Michael Keaton back as Batman, so I'm very excited he's back as Beetlejuice. I honestly think that was his best role that he ever did, honestly. So I'm generally excited for this film. I'm also excited, back to what Tyler was talking about, I'm really, really happy it's going practical, because in a day and age where CGI is everything and AI is everything, I'm glad Burton's going back to basics, so I really cannot wait to see modern stop motion. At least that's what I think they're going for. So I'm generally excited for that. So please be good. I'm looking forward to it. I think Tim Burton and I guess you could say Michael. I think they're both desperate for a win. So the feeling in the air feels pretty good right now. Hopefully we'll get a trailer soon. This is slated for September 6th release. I will be there opening night. I guarantee it. And yeah, so there we go. Beetlejuice 2's at number 3. All right. Getting to the tippy top, guys. At number 2, Kingdom of the Planet of the goddamn apes is our number 2. Why is it not number 1? That's okay. Sean Wick of JT Reborn. The apes is our number 2. What is your thoughts?
Well, I have it ranked at number 4 since it's technically like the 4th entry. You know, that's kind of weird with my list. Like Beetlejuice is 2, Sonic 3 is 3, and then Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is 4. But yeah, so I am very cautiously optimistic about this one because Matt Reeves is not back in the director's chair. I really, really love the 3 most recent Planet of the Apes films. War for the Planet of the Apes is by far my favorite of the 3. Like, that's one of my favorite movies almost ever. I feel like I watched that movie so many times. I think it's incredible. And I really like Rise, and I really like Dawn. Dawn's a bit slow at times, and Rise has a few issues earlier on, but they're still all great movies, especially War. But this one, like I said, it's not Matt Reeves in the director's chair. That's the only thing that's really, I mean, it has some of the same writers as the first 2 films in the recent trilogy. But the recent trailer looked great. I mean, it was epic, and we have like a really charismatic ape villain. This is the year of the apes, I feel like apes and empires, I guess. But if they can pull off another win, then I will be excited. I can't accept anything less than spectacular, which is what the previous 3 films were. So I'm excited for it, but I'm also super nervous, and I don't want to overexcite myself for it too, because I want it to be great like the other 3. So it's that nervous excitement because like I said, no Matt Reeves directing, and that's because he really nailed it with those 2 movies that he did. I actually think War for the Planet of the Apes is his best film. I actually liked it more than the Batman movie that he just did. Still like the Batman, but I mean, War for the Planet of the Apes, like that movie just emotionally floored me so much, and so much of it was told without any dialogue as well, where you just get the emotion of the apes and the impressive VFX. This one going a little bit more action heavy. Different story, different group of characters. No Andy Serkis, which is also another nervous concern, but it is Planet of the Apes. I love the previous 3, and I'm hoping they're able to start this new journey and really knock it out of the park.
All right. Tyler, what a wonderful day. The apes at number 2.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be good. I own all of the Planet of the Apes, so I will always be a fan, and I pretty much echo all of Sean's sentiments about the last Apes trilogy. It's absolutely phenomenal, and I think it's gonna be good. I like was it Freya Allen? She's Ciri from the Witcher show, which is really good in. The show sucks, but she's really good in it. I think that it seems like they've figured out what works about these, so I am looking forward to it. And Wes Ball is also, I think that he is very underrated. That Maze Runner series is not very well written, and he does a very good job with what he was given with the books. So I think that the fact that he's finally getting a decent franchise, I'm excited for.
Absolutely. Joe, when we were growing up, man, you were such a Planet of the Apes hater. That being said, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is our number 2.
Let me pre-defend myself here, Jay, because you're always saying that I hate the Planet of the Apes. I do not hate the Planet of the Apes.
You gave me so much shit back in high school for liking those movies.
I don't know where you're getting that. First of all. Secondly, I do have this on my top 10. It's at number 9. But that's not because I hate the movie. It's because I have a lack of exposure to the movie, because I literally have only ever seen the first one. That's literally the only one I've seen. So I have some binge watching to do, but I recognize star power when I see it, and I know people love this movie, so I had to put it on the list.
Fair enough. I mean, I didn't force you or nothing, but I'm flattered, and I'm happy that made your list. Because in fact, when you gave me your list, I was generally shocked. Like, oh my God, Joe's down with the apes. He's seen the light. Oh God. All right. I think it's pretty obvious. This was my number 1. I'm goddamn excited. My body's ready. Bring on the goddamn apes. Those damn dirty apes, all of them. I want to see the human race get fucked so bad by the apes. I let them conquer us. I'm very goddamn excited, and I'm hoping this spawns more movies. My one skepticism is this is the first time Disney's got their grubby hands on it, but hopefully they did it justice, because you know what? Disney's been taking a lot of L's lately. They need a W, and they know this. So maybe maybe after this does well, now that we'll get more Apes movies, but maybe we'll get the old school Planet of the Apes in 4K. So, like, come on. We love the Apes. I mean, yes, it's no Matt Reeves, no Andy Serkis, but I'm still generally excited for this. I like the fact that it looks more in line with the very first movie because we're closer to that timeline. So apparently this takes place 300 years after War, the trilogy. But if you do the math, that's 1,600 years before the first movie. So there's still plenty of fucking time there to fill between the events of these movies and the events of the Charlton Heston movie, if they choose to go that route. And I say they are choosing to go that route because the first Rise of the Apes referenced the spaceship getting lost in space. So hopefully this does well. I'm really, really goddamn excited. I think the special effects look amazing. And forgive me, Tyler, who's that director again who's doing this movie, did The Maze Runner? Wes Ball is not only doing this movie, Wes Ball is doing the Legend of Zelda movie. So this movie better be fucking good, because if this movie's good, that gives me hope for the Zelda movie being good. So please be good, because if this movie is fucked, Zelda's fucked. Well, Nintendo can say, well, I'm sure Nintendo will be watching, because if this movie's good, Nintendo's like, all right, Zelda's in good hands. But if this movie's bad, I guarantee you Miyamoto is going to fire this guy on the spot. But we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, Planet of the goddamn Apes is our number 2. So any wild guess what number 1 is?
Oh, I can only hope.
All right. That being said, we don't really need a drum roll here, because at number 1, Deadpool and Wolverine is our overall number 1 here. That being said, Sean Wick of JT is Reborn. We have our number 1 in Deadpool and Wolverine. Your thoughts?
I have this one at number 7 on my list, so it's a bit further off from the tippy top. See, the thing is, like, I like the Deadpool movies. I really like Logan. And I'm kind of cautious about bringing back Hugh Jackman once again. I do get to see him in the suits. The MCU has been genuinely really awful as of late. I mean, maybe like 1 or 2 exceptions. No Way Home and Guardians 3. That's the only stuff in recent memory that I've actually liked in it. I've kind of just fallen out with it to the point where I just generally don't care as much unless Spider-Man or Wolverine's going to be in it. So I'm excited to see Hugh back. I mean, Sam working with Ryan Reynolds, and this one looks to kind of poke fun at how kind of messy the MCU is in general. We're probably getting a bunch of like early 2000s superhero appearances from what I'm kind of hearing. It's R-rated, which thank goodness. I mean, the trailer kind of signified, hey, okay, this still, I don't think Reynolds and that would have really done it if they couldn't have been able to go full R with it. So I feel like this one kind of is like going to be off on its own little corner, kind of like how Guardians 3 just kind of felt disconnected from everything else. This one will have it, but it'll still kind of be in its own little world, if you will. So, and like I said, it's cool to see them teaming up. It's kind of something we wanted for a long time, and then Hugh got the perfect send-off in Logan, didn't know if they were going to do it again, but then he came back, so I'm like, it's one of the few MCU movies left that I have any enthusiasm for. Like I said, unless Wolverine or Spider-Man's in it at this point, I just don't care. So I am looking forward to it. We'll see how it turns out. I'm a little nervous because I didn't love Deadpool 2. I love the first one, but I like 2. So we'll see how this goes. Hopefully it's good. They've had a long time to work on this one. So we'll see.
All right. Deadpool and Wolverine is our number 1. Tyler, go ahead, man.
Yeah, it's my number 2. I'm not concerned about this movie at all. I think it's going to be awesome. I mean, they have an awesome track record. I'm expecting it to be great. Sean Levy is the only thing that worries me even slightly, but otherwise, because he doesn't do a lot of great stuff. But I don't agree with the sentiment that Marvel is this terrible black hole like everyone's treating it as. Loki was awesome, and the Marvels is great. Like, there's just so much hate these days where I'm just like, I don't
yeah,
agree.
but to counter you, Tyler, it's not
Secret
so
Invasion
much
sucked.
like whether it's
Whoopsie.
good or
Whoopsie-doo.
bad. It's just the results have not been good. The box office hasn't been good. The Disney Plus shows have not,
but
generated enough views.
Also,
and they're not getting renewed.
I saw
So,
Ant-Man Quantumania, and I didn't think it was the piece of shit that everyone said it was, and I've seen
It's
it
pretty funny because
multiple
it was
times, and
nominated for
every
a
time I'm
Razzie,
like,
so I'm just letting you know. Like, I'm glad you enjoy them.
I get that.
I'm glad you enjoy them, but I'm just saying the general audience has not, And
I understand that. That's why I'm saying my thoughts on it, Jay.
Yeah.
You don't have to get super defensive. My thoughts on this are that it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to them bashing all the Fox movies because they suck. Almost every Fox comic book movie is bad. So I'm looking forward to them bashing all of those. And yeah,
Logan,
it should be a fun time. Logan's all right. I'm a Days of Future Past guy. Logan, I think, is super overrated, especially once you notice all the facial replacement. It's like Hugh Jackman did none of the fighting in Logan, so it's like I can't get into it. It's a lot of just like CGI. But yeah, I'm looking forward to everything I've heard about this movie from behind the scenes. And I've been trying to stay away from spoilers, but everything I've heard in terms of the practicality, I'm really excited about, because that was kind of the issue with Deadpool 2. There was too much CGI because David Leitch doesn't know how to direct CGI very well, as evidenced by Deadpool 2 and Bullet Train. Like both I think good movies, but the CGI in them is very floaty and not well handled. So that concerns me. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, the fact that this is, again, more practical, I'm looking forward to it. And Sean Levy, again, I'm not super I don't like his decisions a ton, but Ryan Reynolds seems to like him, so that says to me that Reynolds is going to be able to do what he wants to do, which is, I think, the success of Deadpool.
Yeah, and also them bringing everybody back, besides like Hugh Jackman. I don't think they would sign on to do it if it was terrible. So there's the glimmer of hope. That trailer was really good in the Super Bowl. So Joe, FallenOne Gaming, Deadpool and Wolverine at number 1.
Yes, this was my number 1. I can't wait to see Marvel Jesus back on screen. And dude, I mean, I want to see the cameos. I want to see the fourth wall breaks. I want to see all of it. And I really want to see the, playfulness between Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds, especially. This isn't just that I am excited to see the movie. I'm excited to see the build up to the movie, just because I know they have this comedic rivalry going on outside. And it's awesome to see them go back and forth. So I'm ready to see that building up to the movie too.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman posted that social media post. Here, I fixed the title, Wolverine and Asshole.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So I actually got this. Believe it or not, this was my number 5. Yes, an MCU movie made my list. If I'll be honest with you guys, like, I really don't consider this like MCU. I know it's in the MCU now, but I don't really look at this as an MCU movie. But the thing is, I'm a diehard X-Men fan, so that's why I'm sold, is because my love for X-Men. This is why I'm really, really excited for this, and everybody's coming back. I've seen more spoilers than I want to. Not that I was seeking them out; they just fell in front of me. So it's like I already know more than I want to know. I want to say that there is one character that caught me by surprise. I was in that trailer. We don't have to talk. Oh, fuck, it's in the trailer. Dr. Doom kind of caught me by surprise. And now that they just announced the Fantastic Four a couple days, actually yesterday, I think it was. So the timing of seeing Dr. Doom in the trailer and the Fantastic Four cast being revealed. So I'm wondering if there's going to be some kind of Fantastic
Four see that trailer or something?
What's that?
Where's Dr. Doom? Where's Dr. Doom in that trailer?
He is in there.
He's in there. He was like.
It's really
that
easy to
giant
miss.
Claw. Yeah, if you blink, you miss it. It's him. It's been confirmed. It's him. It's
now,
one
is
of
it
those
the 2005 Fantastic Four Doctor Doom fight? Because he wasn't very.
I
great.
think it is. I mean, it looks like it. So I don't know, and they have
Julian McMahon.
Yeah,
they haven't even announced who Dr. Doom is. Like they gave us the Fantastic Four cast, but they never gave us Dr. Doom.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. But I'm wondering if this is the movie. This might be the movie where they bring in Dr. Doom as like the ultimate Marvel villain. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just like I said, timing between this and the Fantastic Four cast, it's obviously it was fucking planned. So But yeah.
Was anyone else really disappointed that the cast ended up being the exact cast that was rumored like 7 months ago?
I mean, I'm not, I can't say I'm like super excited, but I'm not like, what the fuck either. It's just more so like, they've tried to do Fantastic Four so many times, so it's just like, it's hard for me to get excited knowing that it's been that difficult. Also, I do have a theory that, apparently this movie looks like it's set in the 60s based on that photo. So I'm wondering if they're going to pull Planet of the Apes where, like, they get their powers in space and they crash land on Earth in the future.
That's been the big rumor.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, that's why, like, the whole MCU don't know about the Fantastic Four. That could be the reason why, is that they've been lost in space lost in time and space this whole time. It only would make sense.
I like it.
From a narrative standpoint. But yeah. Deadpool 3, again, the threequel jinx. Hopefully it can break that. Besides breaking the fourth wall, it'll break the threequel jinx. And like I said, I'm just looking forward to seeing the X-Men on screen, which may or may not be the last time. I don't know if they're bringing them all into the MCU. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Very, very goddamn excited. That being said, that's our, that's our list again. Just to recap, our honorable mention was Joker. Number 5 was Sonic 3. Number 4 was Dune Part 2. Number 3 was Beetlejuice. Worst title ever. Number 2 was Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. And number 1, Deadpool and Wolverine. So, we'll take a minute here. We'll let all these guys give their thoughts on the list, promote whatever they want to promote, and rip through their top 10 personal lists. So, we'll start with Sean. Sean, your thoughts on the list and anything you want to promote, and give us your whole list, man.
Well, all those choices are on my list in some sort of capacity, so I am, pretty glad overall, although my number 1 did not make any of the top 6 in there, which, I mean, when I power through the list, it's pretty obvious. But, so yeah, I think it's a pretty good list. I'm looking forward to all the movies on there in some sort of capacity, and can't wait to see them all come out, I guess. But yeah, I guess in terms of things to promote, kind of what I said at the beginning of the video, I'm going to probably do a live stream tomorrow talking about the trailer for a new movie, which will be on my list. And then I got some other, like I'll be returning to the DC animated movies next week. That's the plan with Batman Bad Blood. So that one should be fun to cover back. So I got to get back into the DC anime. I ran a poll on my page and asking everyone, like, what do you want to see me cover next? And everyone just unanimously kept voting for that because that's kind of what helped put my channel and get subs and all that. So I'm like, okay, I'll return to this universe. So it should be fun to do. So, but yeah, I guess I'll quickly power through my most anticipated. Now, I sent this to Jay already. So I did I just clicked 13 movies because I was just kind of going through the list of movies coming out, and some maybe excited and some were kind of so-so. I'll quickly go through, and some we've already talked about, so I'll just kind of breeze through those real quickly. So number 13, I had Kung Fu Panda 4. Really like the first 3 Kung Fu Panda movies. This one, 4, doesn't look amazing. I don't really have mega hype for it, but I've been fooled by the trailers before. Some of the trailers feel kind of underwhelming and they end up delivering really good movies. So I'm hoping that's the case with 4. They spent a long time away from it, and now they're back again. Number 12, Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. I like Mad Max Fury Road. The trailer for this one didn't quite wow me, but George Miller is a very talented filmmaker, so I'm hoping that he quite delivers something really good here. Number 11, I have Ballerina, the official John Wick spinoff. Now, I haven't seen a trailer for this thing. It's not being directed by Chad Stahelski or David Leitch. It's being directed, I think, by the guy who did Underworld, if I'm not mistaken. Len Wiseman. Yep. So I'm cautious about that because it's not the same director as the main John Wick films. I know Keanu Reeves is in this movie, and I'm just passing a name. Who was it who just passed away? Lance Reddick, yes, very much. This is his final film role, I believe. So I hope it's really good. I mean, you have a lot of the same creative involved in writing it, but it's not the same director. So I got to see a trailer first to really judge where I want to see this one go. So number 10, Dune Part 2. Again, we already kind of talked about that, so I'll move next. Number 9, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I enjoyed Afterlife. I like Ghostbusters 1 and 2. The 2016 film does not exist in my mind. And this one, the trailer hasn't wowed me quite yet, but it still is Ghostbusters, so I am looking forward to it. Next on my list is the only film not based on an IP, at least to my knowledge, This is the Fall Guy. This is the new Ryan Gosling, Emily Blunt film. I saw the trailer for that thing. I was laughing. It looks like a lot of fun. It's action-packed and exciting. So I feel like I needed at least one movie that wasn't like a sequel on here, because everything on here is basically a sequel or spinoff, because it's something you're familiar with. So looking forward to the Fall Guy. Number 7, Deadpool and Wolverine. We just talked about it. Number 6, this is one that I'm kind of excited for because the first movie is a big, like fun movie from the 90s. This is Twisters. And the trailer just looks like I kind of miss the big disaster weather movies of like the 90s and early 2000s. And it's been a long time since we got one. I think the last one we got was Geostorm, which is one of the funniest movie experiences I've had in quite a while, when Ed Harris pulls out the rocket launcher. The whole plan of it is just so he could, he hijacks this weather system just so he can eliminate the line of succession to become president. It is the most insane plot I've seen for a movie in quite a while. And I'm hoping for a fun weather thing. I don't know, it's going to be kind of sad because Bill Paxton's not in it, or Philip Seymour Hoffman, because they were big elements. I kind of hope somehow Carrie Elways is alive, because Jonas was such a scumbag in the first movie, but it's just fun. I mean, I just love Twister. That's a movie I watch every year. So I'm hoping the sequel is at least entertaining. We need big weather movies. Number 5, Joker 2, which talked about earlier. Number 4, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, cautiously optimistic. Number 3, Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Number 2, Beetlejuice. And number 1, Jay's most anticipated movie, which he was afraid to admit on stream, Godzilla Kong, The New Empire. The trailer just came out yesterday. It looks fucking amazing. I'm just so excited for this movie. We just had -1, which is amazing in its own kind of serious, more grounded kind of tone. This one's going the total late Showa era, over the top, crazy action stuff. There's gonna be a lot of great nonverbal visual storytelling with the monsters, particularly with Kong. I mean, I love how a lot of you get to see a lot of his facial expressions. Godzilla's evolving. From what I heard, the influence is very Lethal Weapon heavy with the buddy cop thing, and I'm like, we are so back, because I love the buddy cop genre, especially Rush Hour, Lethal Weapon, and kind of integrating that with giant monsters and spectacular action and great locations and all that. I mean, Dan Stevens is in it, he was great in The Guest and all that. So I'm also a Wingard film. I liked Godzilla vs. Kong. I know that film obviously had a lot of things changed in post-production, so there is a more immersive version of it, but I love the MonsterVerse. I mean, I'm sure people who follow my channel know that, because I've covered every Godzilla thing I can think of. So I'm just excited for it. I watched the trailer a ton of times. I can't wait. It's that was the best thing that happened on Valentine's Day. It was that trailer. So I'm excited. So there you go. There's my quick list of a bunch of movies. So,
and
yeah.
Just to echo my excitement for what Sean just said, the way I look at that movie is, if I took a shit, and then that shit that I took another shit of its own, and then that shit got flushed down the fucking toilet, and it somehow made it into the sewers, and then a frat house of dudes found this turd. And then they took that turd and they raised it to be one of their own. That's Godzilla X Kong New Empire to me. That's gonna be the worst movie ever made, and I'm gonna go see it for free so they don't get my money, and I will gladly give my expert opinion when it comes out.
When
Tyler,
it comes out, and he's gonna smile and be like, damn it, the kid in me Kong's got literally an infinity gauntlet, and he just punches through a building. You got Scar King and all these other Titans and all that. The first Titan, Ice Titan, it's crazy insanity. Come on, it's the kid in you has to get excited.
No,
there's a lot of Primal Rage influence
from it.
from it.
Movie ever made, and I'll never forgive them for making that movie. All right, Tyler, from Needlessly Nostalgic, thoughts on the list, promote whatever you want to promote, and of course, rip through your top 10. I'm looking forward to this.
So it's not on my list, but all I'm gonna say is I'm gonna go see Godzilla vs. Kong twice, just to make sure that Jay's ticket gets counted. I'm looking. I think it's gonna be fun. As for in terms of the list, it's about what I would expect people to be excited for. I mean, this should be a really good year. There was a lot of stuff I was not able to put on my list, so I was glad that we were able to talk about some of this, like Sonic. I would have never thought of. So it's fun to be able to talk about that stuff. But yeah, otherwise, my list is number 10, Beetlejuice. Number 9, Roadhouse. I can't wait for that schlockiness. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get it early, so I will let you guys know how it is.
They need to release it in theaters.
I I'm hoping so. I'm hoping it happens at some point, but I have a really good relationship with Prime, so I'm like, release it to Prime so I can get it early. Works for me.
Roadhouse Original, one of my favorites. Dalton's 3 rules. That's my life rules I live by. Just follow the 3 simple ones. I hope it's fun schlockiness. So
I'm hoping it's good. Then number 8, Smile 2. Loved the first Smile. It was so much better than it should have been.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, should be absolutely phenomenal. Just from what I was able to interview Parker Finn, and he's a very smart guy, and he gets horror, so I'm looking forward to that. Furiosa at number 7. I think it's going to be just, I mean, Fury Road is one of the best action movies out there, so cannot wait. Number 6, Hitman. I love Richard Linklater so much, and I really like Glenn Powell, who's one of the leads in Twisters. I've heard nothing but great things. Our boss Chris Bumbray actually saw it at Sundance. No,
Sundance,
TIFF.
yeah.
Twisters?
No, he saw it a while ago. No, Hitman.
I was about to say, I'm like
Toronto Film Festival.
No, so yeah, I saw Hitman, and I'm really, he gave it like a 9 and said it was incredible. So I'm really looking forward to that. Number 5, Saw 11. I was lucky enough to talk with the director about what he would do with this film, so I'm very excited about what they end up going, and he's coming back for this one, so I'm really looking forward to this. Number 4, Abigail. This is Radio Silence's new vampire movie, and I'm hoping that it's decent. I was actually supposed to go to the set, so I'm kind of like, but I couldn't because I didn't have my passport, so I'm kind of a little, I don't know. I have a certain feeling against that movie, but I still think it's going to be very good. Number 3, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. We've already talked about. Going to be great. Deadpool and Wolverine at number 2. And then one that we did not get to discuss that I am so excited for, Longlegs. This movie, I love It Follows so much, and Micah Monroe is the lead in that. She's the lead for Longlegs, and Nick Cage is in it as well. There is so little known about this movie, and the marketing campaign is absolutely brilliant. And it's probably one of the best marketing campaigns since like the Blair Witch. It's like phenomenal to the degree of I deal with a lot of publicists, and every single time I see this marketing, I'm like, I need to figure out who the publicists are for this because I need to congratulate them on such a good job. But yeah, Longlegs. If you guys don't know what it is, check it out. And yeah, Needlessly Nostalgic. New episodes on Fridays. We're going over the Friday the 13th series. Part 2 airs tomorrow. So yeah, check it out.
Excellent. I will put that link in the description when we close this stream out. I have everybody's links are in the description. I just gotta get this Needlessly Nostalgia is brand new, so I gotta get those links. Put it in there. All right, Joe, thoughts on the list, and then rip through your list, buddy.
All right. Well, the list is kind of what I expected for the most part. A little bit of surprises here and there, but it's a well-rounded list, and I was pleasantly surprised that it went in the way it did. I do have to address one thing, that you are getting absolutely torn apart in the chat, which is awesome. Because your inner child has always been behind lock and key unless we're playing games. So,
but movies, booty sauce, and the box office will prove it. All right. So.
I've heard good things about the movie. It's tested very well. They haven't done like any real major reshoots. Oh, you're on mute, Tyler.
It's gonna make Marvel's money.
Me as well.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I've heard good things.
But yeah, my list. Anybody that knows me, this isn't really going to be a surprising list. There are a few deep cuts in here, but for the most part, people are going to know what it is. At number 10, I had A Quiet Place, Day One. I love the Quiet Place movies. I love this is a prequel now that we get to see what happened in the beginning to flesh it out. So I'm pleasantly surprised to see that come out. And then I have my Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes at number 9. So it did make the list, Jay. At 8, I have Bad Boys 4, because I want to see if Will Smith can recover from, the slap heard around the world. So we'll see what happens with that. And I've always loved the Bad Boys movies, so that's a good one to put in there. Speaking of cop movies, straight to Netflix. At number 7, I have Beverly Hills Cop XLF. I want to see he always said that he wouldn't do it unless he had a great script. So I really want to see what they do with this.
I actually went to the set when they were filming that downtown. I forgot. See, I looked at just theatrical movies. I didn't even think like streaming. Like Roadhouse could have been one, and Beverly Hills Cop. So
I really want to see that do well. Number 6 was Sonic the Hedgehog. Number 5, Mortal Kombat 2. Surprised nobody talked about that. But anyway, I mean, Carl Urban as Johnny Cage, we'll see. Might be great.
Went with the Miz.
Might not. We'll see. But you know, I love Carl Urban, and I'm ready to see what he can do. And I just hope that they put Cole in the closet and keep him there. 4.
What, you don't like an original character coming in as the lead of this well-established IP?
Exactly. 4 was Beetlejuice. 3, Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire. Dude, they knocked it out of the park with Afterlife, so I want to see, and I love this new, these new children Ghostbusters that they have, so I'm ready to see that go forward. Paul Rudd, why not? You know, so yeah.
And it's like they're doing the real Ghostbusters. That's
exactly.
like what this
and I want to see
be.
the cameos come back again. You know, but you just got to for nostalgia.
Need Moranis though. That's the only downside.
Yes. And Sigourney Weaver. Why not? Bring them both.
I'm sure
back.
she'll be in there. She was in the last movie.
Yeah. And then Dune Part 2 at number 2, and of course Deadpool and Wolverine number 1.
All right. So, I'll just rip through my list real quick. You know, again, I put the overall list together, so I don't really have any thoughts on it. I'm just happy that Kingdom of the Apes made it, and I'm glad Godzilla vs. Kong was nowhere near it. All right. So, my honorable mention, this would be my 11, but I have to mention it. My honorable mention, all right. It's my honorable mention because I don't know if lightning can strike twice. My honorable mention is Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Yes, the trailer looks good, but I thought Afterlife was going to be bad. I loved it. I just don't know if they can repeat the greatness that was Afterlife. I really don't know, so that's why I'm a little reserved, but that trailer was good. All right, so my number 10, I'm a diehard Guy Ritchie fan, and I didn't realize it was coming out this year, so this was a last-minute edition. My number 10 is Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. It's a World War II movie it's a movie set in World War II, a spy thriller movie set in World War II with Henry Cavill, directed by Guy Ritchie. I love Guy Ritchie. He hasn't missed. All right,
That is the most excited I've ever seen Henry Cavill in a movie. Like, he looks like he's having so much fun. Like, when he busts into that room with the Nazis or whatever, and he just starts laughing and he just shoots them. I'm like, there you go. Finally, let him be charismatic.
Yeah, I'm
because
very much
Zack
looking
Snyder
forward
refused
to
to let
it.
him.
Number 9, Sonic 3. I mean, you know, we already talked about it. Number 8, Furiosa. I'm excited. I just, you know, I'm going to miss Charlize Theron, but I'm still excited regardless. All right, number 7, and it's a hard caution, and Joe just mentioned it, Mortal Kombat 2. All right, I'm still pissed off about the 21 movie. I'm still mad about it, but I'll give this one a chance. I'll give him one last chance to get it right. Get it right, course correct, kill Cole, do what he got to do to, like, retcon whatever you got to retcon. Get it right, please. Number 6, Dune Part 2. 5, Wolverine, or Deadpool and Wolverine. 4, Joker 2. 3, Beetlejuice. My number 2, Ballerina. I mean, come on, it's a John Wick spinoff. Ana de Armas is a babe. I'm excited for it. And of course, number 1, Kingdom of the Apes. So that's my goddamn list. So, I gotta run to work, guys, but I just want to thank everybody for hanging out with us tonight. Obviously, please subscribe to all these fine gentlemen and their channels and their podcasts. JT is Reborn, Needlessly Nostalgic, and of course Joe Blow Horror and Joe Blow Horror Originals. And of course, me and Joe will be back tomorrow on Twitch for Mortal Kombat Challenge Tower, so be there for that. We'll do more X-Men Legends on Tuesday, Donkey Kong next weekend, and of course, with a whole bunch of shows coming up in March, but the next one that we're having will be next week on Thursday, will be the top 5 most anticipated video games of 2024. So that should be a really fun discussion. Check. Oatmeal of the Round Round podcast will be joining us. So that being said, we please ask you to like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and spread this shit like syphilis. So USA from yours truly, the land of the oranges, Syracuse, New York, Detroit, Michigan, Portage, Michigan, to all our friends around the world at NerdCage Live, needlessly nostalgic, and JT Reborn. As always, enjoy life, stay safe, eat your vegetables, do your push-ups, go to the gym, keep watching movies, keep playing video games. Fuck math. Fuck Godzilla X Kong New Empire. Yeah.
Are you calling HR?
Hold on, I'm holding on. I'm not gonna hold on much longer.
Shit, right here. That's right. You're gonna say this to Godzilla's face?
I don't know. I -1 is better.
They're very different. You know what? That's what I love about. But you know what? See, the thing is, like, I love -1, but you know what I love about Godzilla? It's a very versatile franchise. I just finished the Showa era. So many different tones, so many different styles, so many different themes in that. What I love about Godzilla is you can kind of reinterpret it and kind of have it mean different things. I mean, you go through something like the original 1954 film, very heavy anti-nuclear.
That's fine.
And then
just Adam Wingard should be nowhere near it. That's all.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna
look
be
forward to
great.
the Godzilla X Con review from NerdCage Live.
That's right.
All
See,
right?
the chat knows what's up.
That's all right. Look forward to a fantastic review coming out in April, guys. Good night.
I look forward to Jay having his Ratatouille moments where he's Anton Ego, and then the moment the kid stuff happens, the fun activates, and he just goes from the cynical, jaded old man to this happy child once more when Kong uses his infinity gauntlet and punches the building through after Scar King uses his little whip device and flings the building at him, and it's going to be epic. And then when little mini Kong throws his little rock at him, it's going to be cinema.
This is the only Kong that matters right now. Good night.
NerdCage Live and gaming are a perfect match.
Shoot the J, Joe. Okay. Shoot it!
All right.
Over on NerdCage Live on Twitch, Jay and Joe go live.
Call me Bazooka Joe. It's all about you.
Kaboom! Playing both old school and new school games every Tuesday night. Ooh, what a sight!
Jay, stop looking at her face and run.
But she's so beautiful.
So be sure to follow NerdCage Live on Twitch.
Run for your life, Joe. Run for your life, Joe.
Running.
Run faster. Oh no, Joe. The galaxy's doomed because of you.
To scratch your gaming itch.
Oh, nice kick, Joe.
Thank you.
Yo, that's diabolical. Wait. Yo!
That's twitch.tv/NerdCageLive. Ooh, trying to get out of the nerd cage, are ya? Well, before you go, hit that subscribe button. And if you're really intrigued, ring that bell. Thank you for dropping by. Until next time, tell everyone you know about NerdCage Live!